Good morning, guys. So I was supposed to discuss about the budget things. So since I find this is to be the most convenient way for me to give you the important materials, because the other forms of social online sessions which are not proving out to be good for your capacities, I guess. So we will be discussing something about 15 mark case study today. We're going to discuss. I've presented in the form of a PowerPoint. So we have discussed I have discussed the budget from the various websites, and I have taken the points from the Hindus and the Deccans about the common thing aspect of budget which was presented this year. So I've made a PowerPoint presentation. I have divided them into sector wise what allocation of funds has been given by the government, central government towards the country, and hope that you people refer these. And for 15 marks, I think you should be able to write this much, uh, because basically you can't write anything which you want in this question, because they are asking you to write what was presented by the respective in the budget, in the budget sessions. So once we start with this thing, this every year we people before let's say 5 or 6 years back, we people used to see two central government budgets used to be proposed. One was the railways budget, and another one used to be the union budget. Now from this ruling party which has come into existence from 2014 onwards, so they have made this accumulation of to be called as one single budget, where railways also is been included in the union budget itself. So every year we people see around Feb, or in the month of Feb or in the month of March, we people tend to see the budget coming up for, and a lot of economists will be waiting, commoners will be waiting for this budget to come across for the people. So all the commoners will be expecting what are they expecting from the government, and what facilities they will be getting. Now for professionals, it will be basically related to tax and what gets cheaper, what gets costlier. And for entrepreneurs, it will be basically what assistance government gives in terms of the sectors which they are working into. Now for example, that is what we are going to discuss in this video. Okay, so listen out carefully. The points are there. Later I'll be mailing you the presentation also, which I have have accumulated around. Beyond this also, you people can go for your other sources of budget, but see to that you understand what you are writing. So that's, I have only picked those points where you will be able to understand pretty quickly and pretty smoothly. There are a hell number of points in the budget of, it was more than like 2 hours and 41 minutes of budget. So if you go on pointing all those things, and you won't be able to understand each and every point. So I have made only some 15-16 points which can memorize it, which can remember it, and probably that'll be great for your budget thing. Okay, so let's start this. So this union budget for the year 2021 was presented by the finance minister of the country, Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman, and then this was produced on 1st February 2020, and this was her second budget basically. And this is the second budget of under the leadership of Modi and NDA led government. NDA is the BJP plus the alliance which are associated with BJP. Those are NDA, National Democratic Alliance. The budget which was given by the finance minister was lasted for 2 hours and mid 30 minutes. That was the longest ever delivered by any finance minister of the country. And Nirmala Sitharaman became the second woman to present the budget for the second time after late Indira Gandhi, ex-Prime Minister for the country. Giving the basic details about this, the objective also was to make India's economic ratio develop. In order to do that, this budget was presented, and the tax thing. First, we are going to concentrate. So the first sector which we are going to talk about budget, what was discussed, was in the tax, how the tax was broken to common layman person. Now, if individual is first point, okay, in the tax slab, if an individual is earning a budget of or income of 5 lakh and 2, let's say 7.5 lakh, he is supposed to pay 10% of tax, which they have relaxed from 20% to 10%. There is no change in income slabs. There is relaxation in the percentage of rate. Earlier on, you were supposed to pay 20% of your tax if you are earning in the region of 5 lakhs to 7.5. Now you are supposed to pay 10%. Remember, people who want to adopt the old technology of tax, they are free to do so. That was presented earlier on, which the finance minister also gave a notification after few days or hours of the budget that she is revamping that tax thing, which is to be implemented. Next, between 7.5 lakhs to 10 lakh, it was from 20% of tax rate, and they have reduced it to 15%. I repeat, people are earning their income from 7.5 lakhs to 10 lakhs. They're supposed to pay at 15 rather than at 20. People who are earning from 10 and earning till 12.5, they're supposed to pay 20 instead of 30 from the previous budget. Between 12.5 to 15 lakh, people are supposed to pay 25% of their tax, which was earlier to 30. People who are earning above 15, they are supposed to pay 30, but without exemptions. There's no cutoff there. So I repeat, in the tax slabs, people who an individual who is earning his monthly yearly income in the range of 5 to 7.5 is supposed to pay 10, which was from 20% of rate. From 7.5 10, he is supposed to pay 15 instead of 20. From 10 to 12.5 lakhs, he is supposed to pay 20 rather than 30. Between 12.5 to 15, they are supposed to pay 25 from the current 30. And the people who are earning above 15 lakhs, they are supposed to pay the same 30% of the tax. That is one. Now, when we concentrate on our primary occupation, that's your agriculture sectors. Okay. Now, in agriculture sector, the finance minister has allocated a budget of 2.83 lakh crore for the sector. I repeat, the finance minister has given 2.83 lakh crore for agriculture sector. Number one. Number two, the farmers' income is doubled by 2020. That is her objective, or that is a country's objective, to double the income of a farmer, which is average. When we search I searched in Google, it's somewhere around 6 average, on an average it is 6,000. So doubling it by 2022 is what the objective is for the farmers. Indian Railways to have a refrigerated coaches capability in Kisan trains to carry perishables and milk. Now, people see farmers produce a lot of items for us, a lot of basic needs for us: vegetables, milk, non-perishable items, perishable items, and all those things. In order to safeguard those items, and in order to provide more safety and for the public, as well as to provide scope for the farmers, the finance minister of the country has decided that few Indian railways will be having refrigerated coaches, goods railways, that is, refrigerated coaches, where in the Kisan trains, which they may call, to carry these items which are being dealt by the farmers, milk and other perishable items. Vegetables, it might be few perishable vegetables and all those things, where their products have been reached to the public without much damage, and ultimately the farmers don't get the negative side of it. So that is couple of points from the agriculture sector. There are a lot of points, but again, as I said, I have only defined you or derived you the main important things where you can remember. And we have segregated these into 4-5 sectors of 2-3 points each, which makes 15 points anyways. The choice is up to you people whether you want to refer this or that. So agriculture, I put down after income tax slab, we have come to agriculture, where agriculture's 2.83 lakh crore rupees has been allocated for the sector. Then the income of the farmers will be doubled, which is 6,000 on an average right now, might be doubled. Then by 2022, and Indian Railways will have refrigerated coaches capability, where especially for Kisan trains who to carry perishable milk and perishable items. That is about agriculture sector. Now, next important thing which we people are talking about is health and sanitation. Now, important funding has been given to health and sanitation from the government, right from the existence of this government 7 years back or 6 years back, whatever you say. They have always seen priority has been given to safety and cleanliness. So an allocation of 69,000 crore rupees from the government this year for the budget has been given. Rupees 12,300 crore has been given to the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan this year, for the financial year. Then to expand Jan Aushadhi scheme to provide for all hospitals under Ayushman Bharat by 2025. Now, only few people, few aspects and few branches we are seeing where this Jan Aushadh, a medical pharmaceutical store which has been initiated by Modi and the government of India, the India government, we people are, and only few people are reaping the benefits. Where still majority of the private parties and private people are playing a huge role in the pharmaceutical thing. So by expanding this Jan Aushadh scheme and to provide it to not only few private hospitals or multi-speciality hospitals, to provide it to all civil hospitals and other private hospitals also under Ayushman Bharat by 2025, which is again 5 years plan that is from the government. Then proposal to set up hospitals in tier 2 and tier 3 cities with the private sector using PPP, that is purchasing of parity, that is different modes, purchasing from different materials from different countries, different products and different goods, and relating to the prices. So that needs to be done, and tier 2 tier 3 cities, they need to have sophisticated hospitals, and also in coming up in major cities also of Karnataka or of your particular states also. I mean, particularly not mentioned as Karnataka, but yeah, that is the plan of the government. So health and sanitation, this is what they have kept, an allocation of 69,000 crore rupees to that, 12,300 crore rupees to Swachh Bharat program. Then to expand Jan Aushadhi scheme to all the hospitals under Ayushman Bharat scheme by 2025, and proposal to set up hospitals in tier 2 and tier 3 cities for the private sectors using PPP, purchasing power parity. Then we come to the R sector, that is the education sector. Rupees 99,300 crore rupees has been allocated to education sector for 2021, and about 3,000 crore has been given for skill development. Now Modi, Prime Minister of the country right now, keeps on pressurizing or keeps on putting around the statement saying that skill development pretty necessary. Every youth who comes out after his graduation and education needs to upgrade his skills in the schools, colleges, by not only having academic stuff but having non-academic stuff and other curricular activities. So similarly, without government giving any facility, that wouldn't been possible. So government has allocated 3,000 crore facility, money, cash facility, financial facility to the skill development centers to upgrade the young budding people of the country. So that is what which people have taken. Next is urban local bodies to provide internships to young engineers for a year. Now, since India is slowly becoming a manufacturing hub now, we have started to dominate, or we have started to become a lot more serious towards manufacturing sectors, and ISRO we people are into, and a lot of IT companies are dominated by Indian engineers. So in order to make all of them more capable to make more money and to get settled quickly and easily, what the government wants is that your urban universities and the bodies give internships to the students, all engineers for a year, probably according to the syllabus and according to the curriculum. So that needs to be provided. Not only engineers basically, but engineers been mentioned over in the budget, but engineers basically, they are the ones who are going to develop and develop softwares and all those stuff. I mean, we need a lot of more technical surroundings if you are coming up around a lot of manufacturing industries. So that is very important from the education sector, and money has been given to that also. And then the government also proposed that a need for a national police university and also national forensic science university is proposed for setup by the government. Now, police university basically we don't have, I guess, in India, where we are supposed to educate police or upcoming policers or interested who want to get into this police department and serve the country for, and train them, develop them, upgrade them, all those things. Forensic science, which is pretty important for investigation purpose, extracting of documents and data for any activities which have been found in the country. So pretty important in the countries where we have mass population, things going to happen somewhere and something. So it is very important that we get the data and get to the results as soon as possible. So these are very important, and that plan has been suggested by the finance minister and by the country. So couple of points, 3 points which we basically saw in agriculture in education sector. So 99,300 rupees is for given to education sector for the budget for the year. In that 3,000 crore will be given to skill development centers to develop. Urban local bodies, they have to provide internships to people, to engineers every year, and to come up with they're planning to come up with police universities and national forensic science universities also for this. So that is one. Then next we come to the next biggest aspect in India, that is infrastructure. That is budget proposes to provide 1.7 lakh crore for transport infrastructure by 2021. So 1.7 lakh crores has been allocated for the transport. Second point, Chennai Bangalore Express to be started. Now that is a major project for given to the South Indians by the government. That express is going to, there will be a new express built. Work starts by mid 2020. Maybe it might take time due to this virus attack, but it may start pretty soon. So Chennai and Bangaloreans and Karnataka and Tamil Nadu people will be mighty happy with this, so they can reach to their respective places very early. So that is it. Chennai Bangalore Express has been to be established or to be started. Aim to achieve electrification of 27,000 kilometers of lines. That is for the railways though. Now electrifying electrifications of the road and the lines of railways has to be done, and they are planning to have it 27,000 years for the year, 27,000 kilometers for the year. Then special bonus for our state. The government also proposes a Bangalore suburban railway project at a cost of rupees 18,600 crore. We people see a lot of people after Mumbai. We people see a lot of people traveling in railways in our state, in Karnataka. in Mumbai, railway becomes a major thing. In Bangalore becomes your bus becomes a very important thing. But after bus, if you people see the railways are the ones which we people commute the most. So seeing in all these things, the finance minister has suggested to set up a suburban within the region of the state, within Bangalore area. There needs to be a rail project to be done, so to help and commute the people from one part of the Bangalore to another part of Bangalore, and that project might cost 18,600 crore, and that will be allocated to them pretty soon. 100 more airports will be developed by 2024 to support Udan. Udan is, as everybody knows, Udan is a concept for aviation sector. 100 more airports will be built, will be developed by 2024, and those places are yet to be disclosed, but that is the objective of the government. So this is all about infrastructure. I think we have the highest points in infrastructure here, 5. So this year's budget for infrastructure is about 1.7 lakh crore, for which transport facilities is available. Chennai Bangalore Express will be started. I aim to achieve about 27,000 kilometers of electrification of lines. Then the government also proposes Bangalore suburban rail project for rupees 18,600 crores. 100 new airports to be built to support Udan by 2024. Now, this is what I sorted out via sector-wise. When we see to fetch you more data, what have become costlier from this implementation of budget and what has become cheaper. Now these are simple normal items which have become cheaper and which have become costlier. Items will go costlier from the implementation of this budget is footwears and furnitures, as custom duty increased on their import. Now footwears and furnitures as the prices will be increased if you're going to buy any footwears and furnitures after Feb, because as the customs duty for that has been imposed, and it is increased for import, on their import. So naturally, when the marketers buy it from outside, they have to pay higher the amount on the import, and naturally they have every right to charge higher for the people for trade. Wall fans, ceiling fans or pedestrian fans, as customs have gone higher, as customs duty increased from 20% from 7.5%. That's a huge leap which people take. So your wall fans, your ceiling fans, your pedestrian fans are all going to be costlier, because the custom duty on that import has been increased from 20% from 7.5%. So there's a drastic increase of 12.5%. Kitchenware or tableware made from porcelain or China ceramic, steel, copper, clay iron has been increased, and the customs duty doubled from 10% to 20%. So your any home appliances, kitchenware, tableware, which have been made up of porcelain, that's a brand which we will call China ceramic, steel, copper, clay iron. If you buy anything, a home appliance, kitchen appliances, probably they're going to cost you a little more higher, because customs duty on that from 10% to 20%. Butter, ghee, peanut butter, edible oil, they are going to get costlier. So these are the items that are going to get costlier. Footwear and furniture, they'll be costlier because increase in custom duty on the import. Then wall fans, ceiling fans, pedestrian fans are going to increase because the custom duty from 7.5 to increased up to 20%. Kitchen and table wares, porcelain brands, China wares, copper, silver, clay, and all those things are going to be increased on customs by from 10 to 20%. And butter, ghee, peanut butter, edible oil, all are going to get costlier. However, there are a couple of 4-5 things which people can get easily for a less price. One might be your news print, outset printers. light-weighted coated papers, that is. Some of the alcoholic beverages, not named, but some of the alcoholic beverages may get the price loosened up. Then electric vehicles, it depends on the brand and the usage and the sales of it, demand of it, sorry. Microphones, your microphones, mics, electronic gadget again. Then sports goods might get cheaper. So these are your few what do we say highlights of the budget which was produced. So I repeat again, this year your budget was presented by the finance minister of the country, Nirmala Sitharaman, for the second time, and it was presented on 1st February 2020. And this was the second budget under the government, under NDA's government and Modi-led's government. Then the budget went on for 2 hours and 30 minutes plus, and this was the highest. And after Indira Gandhi, Nirmala Sitharaman became the second woman to present the budget for the second time. And then the tax, which was the first slot which we spoke about, was tax. There's no there's no changes in the slabs of tax. However, there is relaxation in the rate of tax slabs. From 5 to 7, you are supposed to pay 10 from 20. From 7.5 to 10, you are supposed to pay 15 from 20. From 10 to 12.5, you are supposed to pay 20 from 30. From 12.5 to 15, you are supposed to pay 25 from 30. And from, if you are earning above 15, you are supposed to pay 30. There's no change in that. And people who are earning less than 5 are exempted from the tax. Then we spoke about agriculture. Agriculture's amount is 2.83 lakh crore is been granted to the sector. Indian Railways will have refrigerated coaches for the Kisan sheds for the supply of their perishable items and milk, doubling farmer incomes by 2022, which is average 6,000 right now. Next, education, health and sanitation. An allocation of 69,000 crore rupees is been given. 12,300 crore rupees for Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, to expand Jan Aushadhi scheme to all hospitals under Ayushman Bharat by 2025. Proposal to set up hospitals in Tier 2, Tier 3 cities into all the private sectors using PPP. Then education, an amount of 99,300 crore rupees will be given to the sector. 3,000 crore rupees for the skill development sector. Urban local bodies should work on providing internships for engineer every year. And then a National Police University and National Forensic Science University needs to be established after the education sector, benefits given to the education sector. Then we spoke about infrastructure. 1.7 lakh crore rupees were given to the infrastructure this time around for the budget. Chennai-Bangalore Express will be started pretty soon. Aim to achieve 27,000 kilometers of electrification of lines possible from the government this year. The government also proposes Bangalore suburban rail project which might allocate the budget up to 18,600 crore. 100 more airports are to be opened to support UDAN by 2024. Items which get costlier, your furniture and your footwears are going to get costlier. Your fans are going to get costlier. Your kitchenware are going to get costlier. Butter, ghee, edible oil are going to get costlier. Cheaper, what will be the cheaper for this budget? Will be your newsprint, few alcoholic beverages, electric vehicles, microphones, sports goods. So this is a small summary of budget which I wanted to give it through online sessions via Zoom, but I think you people are not so much keen to have that on this thing, so I had no other options. I've done this via YouTube. You people can refer this for your 15 mark thing. Budget 2020, highlights of the budget 2020.